back to another segment of The Extra Point. I'm Jen Nelson, and today we have Amanda Cramer from the Crossmedia. Amanda's a JMU alum, and we're excited to have her today. Thanks for coming today, Amanda.
Absolutely.
Can you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and your sports background?
Sure. So I went to JMU. I came here and I was really undecided about what I wanted to do. I started off as a business major, and I realized that that's really not where my passion was. I took an intro to sports. At the time, it was the kinesiology department, so things have changed just slightly. But one of the professors here, Alyssa, she really offered me some great advice when I went to go talk to her in her office hours. She said, basically, get as much experience as you possibly can. Get your foot in the door. Be smart, try to differentiate yourself from other competitors, other candidates, other students, everybody out there. So what I did was I went out, and that summer, it was my sophomore year, there was a minor league baseball team just about a half hour from my house. I went, I introduced myself, I said, are you looking for any interns? That summer I had my internship experience. The first time it was with the Sussex Skyhawks, and really with that you do everything from literally changing the toilet paper in the bathroom stalls to directing guests to doing the YMCA on the field to running promotions, really looking for sponsorships for the team itself. So that was a really great experience. And then after that, came back to JMU for my junior year, and then we had to do our practicum experience. So what we did there, it was 90 hours, and what I chose to do for that, I chose to do that during the summer of my junior year, where I went to the NBA league office and worked with the marketing properties group. And what I did there basically was partnership activation with all the different events, helped plan for all these events and the execution that goes along with that. After that, I came back to JMU for my senior year, and I was an intern with the athletics marketing department. There we planned and executed all the different promotions for across all the sports at JMU. Got some really great experience, planning football, executing the promotions there, and then towards the end, I was responsible for all of the baseball promotions. So for anything from managing the budget, making the promotional schedule, coordinating all the logistics. So again, just really, these internships really provided me with a solid background and a really good place to start my career.
So it looks like you definitely have a lot of experience, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know you work at Crossmedia, and some of our students may not know a little more about Crossmedia. Could you go into a little depth about that for the students?
Absolutely, yeah. So Crossmedia is a planning and buying agency. We buy and plan across all channels of media, so including TV, radio, out-of-home, digital, social, search, everything that you can possibly think of. And we're a small agency, so what I do there is we each have specific accounts that we work on. I currently work on University of Michigan athletics. I work on a B2B company called Alfresco, which is content management, software management in the cloud. I also work on Pret a Manger, which is a food chain. They have stores in New York, Chicago, and DC. They were originally started in the UK, so some people might not be too familiar with it. And then I also work on Visit Scotland, which is the tourism board of Scotland. So through all those accounts, I buy and plan media across all channels.
Very well. What advice would you have for students going into the sports community career industry?
Mm-hmm. So I would say get as much experience as you possibly can. Start as early as you possibly can. Talk to your professors, other people in the industry. Don't be afraid to reach out. Everybody, especially here at JMU, is extremely willing to help you and to guide you in whatever you wanted to do. Also, find a way to differentiate yourself. For me personally, it was starting early and having a ton of experience that I could go back on, where as some of the other people, some of my other students that I was competing against for an actual job, maybe they only did their internship and practicum, whereas I had another experience to fall back on. So that's really important. Also, just being sure to build relationships. don't burn any bridges anywhere, because you never know when you're going to need help from somebody, advice from somebody. You know, if you move, you get relocated to a new area. You know, all these are just really important things to keep in mind as you begin your career.
Now, would you suggest students go to grad school or more kind of build more experience right out of college?
Me personally, I chose not to attend grad school afterwards. If I could go back, I think I probably would have went right from undergrad to grad school. I chose to start my career. Either way is completely fine. The thing about the sports industry is that it's always changing. There's always new opportunities. There's always time to go back to school. And that's what I'm finding now is, you know, maybe I did make the right decision to not go to grad school right after undergrad. I have a few years of experience under my belt now, so if I do, decide to go back to grad school, I can use those experiences to really enhance my graduate level career if I decide to do that.
You definitely still have a lot of time in life, so
absolutely.
Continue pursuing your dreams. Well, thanks very much for talking to us today. We'll see you next time on The Extra Point.